A Paleolithic race of extraterrestrial aliens with robes, petroglyphs of ancient Sahara, show the evolution of people and animals for over more than 8,000 years. The Paleolithic race, alien race on Tassili. Do you understand now why all these ordinary people and saints have this image of a robe? Unexplained riddles for some, but they have an explanation, it appears. The petroglyphs of Tassili is located on the Tassili Plateau. It's a mountainous area in the middle of the Sahara Desert in southeastern Algeria. The highest point is Ardrar Afao at 2,158 meters. The nearest town is Janet, located 10 kilometers southwest. Much of Tassili is naturally protected by the desert with a cypress forest, but also an archaeological site designated as a national park of natural and cultural heritage with more than 15,000 rock art petroglyphs. And this is without a doubt one of the most important and richest art forms from the Paleolithic and Neolithic eras. These works give us a real picture of the evolution of animals and people in this region for more than 8,000 years, until the first centuries of our era. One of Tassili's most famous works shows what appears to be some sort of vehicle with a rope pulling a group of women who appear to be kidnapped victims. And in Genesis 6:2 it says the sons of God took the daughters of men. The first news about these paintings was from officers from the Foreign Legion of the First World War. One of the officers, Captain Charles Brennan's Janet, on a camel reconnaissance on the plateau, discovered some of these caves and recorded them in his notebook in 1933. Archaeologists and geographers saw these notes and began investigating. In ancient times, the area that it had not been inhabited because it had always been an inhospitable area. Several years after the first comments and speculations about these enigmatic designs came from a group of explorers who tried to go to these inhospitable regions to make the first serious scientific study about these works. A Frenchman named Henry Lot, ethnographer, stopped the realization of the dream because of the war, and later after several obstacles and efforts to explore it, in 1956, with the support of the French government and other scientific institutions, Henry Lot organized a new mission, deeper, never explored by Westerners. The expedition started in February of that year, along with 30 camels and a driver, 2 assistants, and various experts. The difficulties were many, all kinds of difficulties. The description, the road steeper and steeper, boulders and stones, the scenery becoming more impressive. Some camels collapsed from the weight and the heat and fell into the ravine, and pebbles have traces of blood from the sharp edges of the rocks. Finally, after a nightmare journey, we saw here a landscape from another world. The rock formation that looked like fortresses, castles, narrow gorges such as medieval streets, caves and cliffs, a place that found many petroglyphs were found. On the walls, hundreds of paintings, depictions of hunters, archers, animals of all kinds, and images of the gods. And according to descriptions, we had to face the largest art museum in the world, which existed prehistorically with ancient images. After exploring the areas of Tain Zumak and Tamir, Henry Loth and his group went into a place called Jabaran, a Tuareg word meaning giants. And it was here where he had informal plans, as opposed to previously, in these drawings, strange creatures with round heads of enormous size. The most famous of these performances were when they were cleaned with water and sponges, and in it you can see a huge figure is over 6 meters tall, over 18 to 20 feet. He wrote, "The profile is simple, round head, without elements. Remember the image from one being from another planet. Man emerges from an oval with concentric circles reminiscent of an egg or a snail. The appearance of certain symbols next to these designs, one possibly some kind of writing, contradicts what they say that Mesopotamia was the birthplace of writing." And these were just a few petroglyphs and images, and of course they are not fiction like some other events who painted them want us to believe. The aliens took them as wives. Some looked like the first photos. Apparently they don't scare the herds of people because of the diversity. So, isn't that strange? Roping women and taking them with them to their crafts. Strange indeed. Please leave your comments about this, and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.